before, but now my buddy Josh here is learning to ride a unicycle. Right now, he's just trying to find out if there's a comfortable way to sit on it. There's not, but there is a less uncomfortable way to sit on it, and that's kind of what you got to find at first. Earlier, he broke the seat off my other one, ripped it right off. But it's fine. We're gonna fix it. We're not gonna fix it good. We're gonna fix it like decoratively, because it's just like it's the front part. These like I say all the time when people learn to unicycle, like let the unicycle hit the ground. It's made to break. Because like metal and plastic, I can buy more metal and plastic. It's really hard to buy new legs.
See, now that I let one hand go, you can kind of feel the rock.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it's easier to try to stay completely still is harder than trying to move like a little bit. But you're also really close to the door. So like I don't encourage you to pedal as much right now because if you fall backwards you might go through the glass. But like doing it like that with that little bit of wiggle in the wheel, let me do that again. But like that is easier than staying completely still because just you will have a greater appreciation for balancing the more you mess around with riding that because like and that's how you fall off. You just step forward so you don't lose it. I wonder if I can post a short while the live is happening on this phone. Hey, I'm live streaming my buddy trying to learn to ride a unicycle. So come check that out. Hey, I'm live. Gotta add my sound. My theme song for this is Wheel in the Sky. That's the hymnal of my religion I invented.
Oh, I did it for a second.
Oh wait, if I play it on this, it's gonna... Again, that's how you fall off the unicycle. See how he let it hit the dirt? That's because that's made of metal, and he's made of meat. You let the metal hit the ground. I already gotta buy a new seat because this Sasquatch ripped it off earlier. But that's fine, I don't mind. I needed a new seat anyways, and that was just like...
That was the universe saying, buy a new seat.
It really was. Well, you'll find out once you start riding for real that, like, at first you'll have to stop because your whole body will just be like, this is new and different, and I just use muscles I've never used before.
But I'm already feeling my abs and holding my arms up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's the best workout in the world because it is so much.
It's
works
everything.
It works your core so much, but even once you start riding, you're gonna notice like the little wiggles left and right at your hips and your shoulders.
Well, like I said, driving the motorcycle, you learn to use your legs and your hips to lean, but...
Well, that's a benefit you got from riding the motorcycle. You already got a little bit of the left-right balance.
You know?
Because, like, I'm not going to say there's a direct translation from riding a bicycle to riding the unicycle, but definitely being able to do a bike, especially if you can do a bike with no handlebars, because there's like that weird.
Oh, you mean I can ride my bike with no handlebars?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can.
But
do that.
even to
But,
like,
I mean, depends on how fast you're going. You can't do it super slow.
I find I can only do it if I'm going slightly uphill, because as soon as I stop pedaling, I can't balance the same way as I think, because I relate it to the unicycle. If I'm pedaling on a two-wheeler and going uphill a little bit, I can ride it with no handlebars. But if I'm going downhill and I try to keep my legs stable, I can't balance like that. I mean, you do get the key part. When it goes to fall, you haven't once tried to grab the seat, and that's such a bad thing that people who I've tried to teach do, is like they want to grab something for stability, but the whole unicycle's falling
Like I'd
down
want to
with
grab
you.
it while I was riding. You know what I mean? I'd want to like when I'm sitting here with one hand up here and one hand down here, I want to hold the back of the seat. Because it's comfortable for me, you know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
I got that. Yeah, I do
just
that.
have your arm here, like holding the seat sometime.
No, there's times too where I'll be riding and from sitting for so long, it starts to get uncomfortable, and I'll put my hands on that part you broke off, and I'll just kind of like push up on it and like take the weight off myself a little, because you can take a lot of weight off by just putting more weight on your feet, but then like
Hey, there's a cat.
What with a cat? Hey,
Right
kitty cat. Psst, 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 psst. Hey, you want to be our friend?
He's the one I think that eats the. Well, not anymore. I've seen him over in the garden before.
Oh, going after the critters. That's the thing. If he's like a nice outside cat who keeps the critters out of the garden, I'll feed him snacks. I got jerky. You think cats like jerky? Cats like jerky.
Dude, I had a cat bite me one time for a cheddar fry. Wouldn't let go of my finger.
My mom had a cat named Annie. It used to, it was picky. She'd like be eating cheese and crackers, and the cat wouldn't just want the cheese. She'd want my mom to put cheese on the cracker for it.
I want to try it, but I don't want to try it.
Try it holding the railing. Or even you could probably like monkey bar it from one side of the to the other. Because like I said, you already got the key thing. When you go to fall, you just let it drop, and that's like it's honestly, it's usually, it really is a thing that people like can't get their head past, and they keep trying to save it, and it's like, nope, it's just you land on your feet. Just land on your feet, let it hit the ground. It might hit you in the back of the legs if you're going kind of quick, because it'll keep moving forward, but mostly it'll just drop. They usually have a front and back bumper. That one's just got a back bumper for some reason.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You got it. You got it. You just
I'm
gotta
still worried about it. That's why I didn't commit 100%. I just like touched it a little bit.
try to just pedal like you got just go all out. You know, if you're gonna lose it, you're just gonna fall on your feet.
Yeah.
So like just see if you can like get all the way to Like the railing.
Shut that off. Take that out of my pocket.
Because once you feel it for the first time, you
Well,
you know you got
I
it.
feel like I'll be able to go a lot more forward, but like as soon as it starts to go backwards, that's what makes me a little nervous.
Just commit to riding forwards, right? I can't even ride backwards.
No, I'm not saying ride backwards, but when you start to like lean back,
No, no, I got you on that, but just commit to pedaling forward. See if you can get all the way to the edge.
Lally does.
Well, what I do is when I push it out in front of me, it's so I can let the wheel spin until I have the pedal down like you just did. Cause yeah, see his feet there? You want to have your dominant foot down, and then your trailing foot is gonna get up on there. And that's one of the things too why he's having such a hard time here. He's not got any strength in his non-dominant foot yet. Because watch this.
I keep leaning back too much when I start to go too.
Well, because that's what I mean. Like when your feet are switching right there, I can see it in your legs. Like you don't have anywhere near the balance that you have with the other leg. And it's like that's just the thing you gotta build up. I don't either. I can get on with my right leg down. I can not get on with my left leg. I never practiced it enough, and I really should have. And it's a bit of a hindrance now.
It'd be nice if it was out a little wider to the pedals.
Yeah, yeah.
5 feet, so it's hard for me to. That's cool.
See there though, you see how when
Yeah.
you were rocking, how much different that feels than trying to stay in one place.
That's what I mean. That's
'Cause-
why I wanted to try to come over here.
Because in one place, it's almost like all.
I like doing it on these because these swing. So they give you that balance where you can free float.
Yeah,
You're not holding on, but
I'm honestly thinking like I didn't want to at first tell you to do it up against the railing because then like that's a crutch that you have to get rid of. But I honestly don't think the ones above, like grabbing the beams like that above your head, is all that bad because it's really still, it's not letting you like lean to one side or the other, and it's like I used street lamps and shit forever to get on at first. It wasn't until I think the first time I really started getting on it without having to use something for support was because I was just where I was riding. It was really far away from the next street lamp, and I didn't want to walk it.
yeah.
Oh, you know what it might have been too? I might have only had telephone poles. And telephone poles seem like a great idea, but sometimes they're real splintery. And you ever get a telephone
Well,
pole splinter?
Because it has what is it? I forget with that shit. That black tar that's on it.
Yeah.
That's hazardous. You're not supposed to touch it.
Yeah, that'll get in your skin. That'll lead to a nice.
It turns into boils and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I keep getting my ankles whacked on the pedal part, like the long part.
Yeah, I've tried to I'm trying to remember what issues I ran into when I learned because it's so long ago now that like a random gal on the street the other day stopped me. I got a little nervous towards the end because I think she was it was a scam thing going on because she was like, I get some free tablets in my car, and I'm like, okay, it's time to get out of here.
Yeah.
But at first she was asking me like how I learned to ride that, and I had like, I don't want to sound like arrogant, but like I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's been so long that like I literally think I have ridden my unicycle more than I've ever. I know I've ridden it more than I've run in my life because I've probably only run maybe 100 or 200 miles in my entire life, and I know I've ridden this thing over 2,000 just from my Google rides. I'd like to get a full 1,000 in a year, but it always February always kills me because I start in January and I'm like, I'm gonna do it this year, and then February comes and it's really cold and I just lose the motivation, and then I never keep with it. If you just tuned it in, you're not. No one's watching. But if you just tuned it in, my buddy here is learning how to ride a unicycle. Just goes to show you absolutely can teach a wild Sasquatch that you shaved but let keep the beard how to ride a unicycle and then convince him to join the circus. I wish the camera was getting your face right there, but it's kind of... I had it set up for when you were over there and never moved it, so it didn't get that look, but it was a good look, let me tell you.
Look, right?
That was a 1,000-yard stare. You could have cut that tension with a knife. Try to do it like monkey bars, so that you're not having like... And now turn. Wiggle your down foot a little bit as you turn your whole body. Because that's basically just how you turn. When you get to it, you just, whatever direction you point your body, the rest of it has to follow. But yeah, try to monkey bar across it, because I'm noticing when you get to just hanging on the hooks, the unicycle is kicking out a lot from underneath you.
Well, that's because I get to that point where it's a little small, like right now where my legs have bent too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it gets hard. My thighs start to give.
Well, yeah, you do have the seat's a little low. You should have it up a little higher, but I don't
think it stayed after I lifted it up.
It might not have. It's you might have enough weight that you're just slowly pushing it down too. Because that thing is probably I think probably maxes out at like 180, 200 pounds. And you're what, 220 this week?
Just under 230. Alright, my nuts hurt.
No, you ain't done.
My nuts hurt.
You ain't done.
I'm sweaty.
Practice the step over a few times now that you got shoes on. Because that's where you'll start to, if you do that a bunch, watch your dome. Because you are real close.
Yeah.
But if you do the step over, and then once you do that a bunch of times, if you try to just...
step over this.
Yeah.
But start from the back, right?
Yep.
And then try to lift.
Because that'll
That's supposed to be...
That's the motion for like getting on it without using anything, is that you just kind of throw the whole thing... You throw yourself on top of it, and
This guy mowed his lawn 2 days ago. Mowing it again.
That's fine. Hank Hill mowed his lawn every day. You think Hank Hill was not right about his lawn?
Fuck. hitting me. I need extended pedals. Right here.
Try to think if... I think that one might be wider. I honestly don't know.
This one's a little easier to do the step because I have to because it's a little taller.
Well, yeah, exactly. You might want to do that not underneath the beams.
Well, that's why I was holding it, so I know where it is.
But yeah, I think once you get the feel for it, that will be easier to ride because that's a 24-inch wheel. And I think the 20-inch wheel is just a little bit too small for someone who's our height. Because both me and Josh here are over 6 feet tall. So, like, you got to figure that is that's like 1/3 of your height. And that is like 1/4 of your height.
I touched the beam with this one. It's hard to push. Hard to push.
Well, yeah, it's like a gear ratio too. That one is, it's still 1-to-1, but did you feel it though? Did you feel? But like, see what I mean? You can like literally, you could feel the bounce.
Like down, my one leg was staying on it. If I had stayed with it, or if I had a longer distance, I probably could have kept.
But when it started to wobble underneath it, did you feel how like that is more stable than trying to be completely motionless?
Well, I get both.
Start to feel it though, right? Like it's
You gotta catch the middle.
It's different than when you're holding something, is what I mean though, right?
Oh yeah. Well, when I was in between the thing, obviously it's easy because you're being kept in a long spot.
Like, can you feel the thing where, like?
Yeah, the fulcrum.
But like, feel how you've got your hand up there grabbing it. Like it's less that you need to grab it to hold yourself up. It's more
the balance a little bit.
Exactly.
You grab it, like right here.
I mean, shit, you might be able to balance better with the pedals at halfway than 1 foot down.
I can, 'cause I used to do it with my bike. I'd just sit there with like half pedal and stand out. It was weird.
I'd still say try to get on it with the 1 foot down, just because half pedal, as soon as you put your weight on it, it's gonna jerk on you. But yeah, try to get like either roll forward or back to where you're half pedal and see if you can balance better there. Because I always just balance foot down because that's where I found it worked for me. But if you can hover with half pedals like that, then I mean, it's all about what works for you. Forgot to post this, say we were live.
Ah, God, I'm sweaty.
Yeah, it's one hell of a workout. I will tell you that.
Hey, what? Oh, my nuts.
I gotta grab my shoes. I can't do it barefoot. It hurts. I don't know if I'm on camera. I probably am. But I was telling him to step over. Practice this. Because that slowly you find, once you can do the step over a bunch, you can just touch the other pedal with your other foot. You start to build that balance.
That momentum.
Because then once you're on and you go to ride, you kind of gotta pedal backwards a little bit. Like I always go back and then I can
See
go
how
forward.
far
I'm
you lean
so
forward,
worried about
though?
riding like that. I don't know.
You're like this when you ride it.
Well, that's just what-
I mean, that's how I get. It's harder for me because I don't have the balance right yet.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I get my body real contorted when I get on, because
Yeah, you build your center of gravity different.
yeah, I get all the spots, and then I lean pretty far forward when I'm riding.
That's why I'm having trouble because I lean too far back.
Yeah,
I gotta lean more forward.
this is I find that to be really hard. The idling in one spot. I can probably do it in the street, but I move around so
Yeah.
much when I do it. I can't at all do it like
Fortunately,
stationary at all. Actually, I got it right there. A little bit. But this is what I meant with, it's easier to have it moving underneath you than to be completely still. It's like,
yeah, because when you're completely still, you have to kind of be on the one.
yeah, it's almost like it's so much more everything balanced, like throwing your arms around and leaning your body there a little bit. Get back to it, you can't ride yet.
Yeah. Don't seem to be in riding that's right yet. No.
Ugh.
Getting that fucking nuts used to beating.
That is a thing. There's not really a comfortable way to get on that. I find tighter drawers work better because they keep your bits in place, but
Keep the bits in place.
even still, there's just not really a comfortable way to sit on a unicycle. Maybe there is, though. I've been looking at a new seat, a Nimbus Air Ride, I believe it is called. Which, ironically, I'm going to put it on that unicycle that he's riding right now. I only paid $140 for that unicycle. The seat cost $160. But I also bought that thing like 16 years ago, so I'm sure with inflation, that's probably not an unreasonable price for it. I know, it's so uncomfortable to sit on that at first. The first time I rode it was, well, not that one. The first one I learned to ride on was the same size as the other one.
Yeah.
I rode it out in Arizona, and I didn't know any better. I was gripping it with my inner thighs the
Well, that's
whole
kinda what
time.
I'm doing. Just
Yeah, at
try
first,
to hold it better up.
at first you kind of have to. Eventually you'll find that there's a weird equilibrium between the amount of weight you're putting on your feet and the amount of weight that you're sitting on it. And once you get like decently good at it, you can like kind of put more weight on your feet to take pressure off your butt. And you can even, to a lesser extent, put more pressure on your butt, but you can't really take your feet. I mean, you can take your feet off all the way and like let it freewheel. I cannot. I've not gotten that good, but I've seen it done. If you're just tuning in, I don't know if I recommend any of these ways for someone to learn to ride a unicycle, except the step over. Learn the step over. Learn to fall off that wheel and let it hit the ground, because it's made of metal and you're made of meat. And you can hurt that meat and bone. You cannot hurt, well, you can definitely hurt that plastic and metal, as demonstrated here. Sometimes you can just rip this off the front seat post, trying to keep your balance.
Sorry.
I don't, like I said, I don't even mind. I
I would. Yeah, my face when I have it.
I wish
The little kid face.
I wish I had the camera going when you broke it, because then I could just say, I could say my favorite quote about you, which is, "This is Josh. He's got hands strong enough to crush a man, but he's also got hands strong enough to, delicate enough to crush a butterfly." Which, fun fact, if you know the cartoon I blatantly stole that from, put it down in the comments. If you comment, we'll make more videos. Who we kidding? You don't need to comment. I'm still gonna make videos. This though, I want this one to happen. I want him to learn to ride that, because then we can ride our unicycles together, and we can start a unicycle gang.
Unicycle gang.
We'll roll through town, and we'll like.
Y'all already know what my balls look like.
All right, and goodbye monetization. No, that's a. I've said it a couple of times, but I'm gonna be honest. If you're trying to learn to ride a unicycle, and you have male pieces, you gotta just get your parts in the right spot to sit on that thing, because it is unfortunately not very comfortable. And I'll tell you straight up, my nephew was getting really good at that, and he just hurt himself in the kind of way that only a dude can hurt themselves, and he gave up on it for a long while. And that's a bummer, because I've done it. I've caught myself good. Yee, that was like 2 whole pedals. Alright, now try doing it with the left foot down first. It's gonna feel wicked weird.
That's what I just did.
Oh, was it? Oh, tremendous.
I'm trying to do like.
I will say, here's the thing that I didn't do that I would recommend you do, and it's switching between left foot and right foot every time you try to get on it, because
I actually like when the right foot's up, because I have, you know what I mean, like
you might be left-footed. It is it's not super uncommon for a right-handed person to have a more dominant left foot. It's just like if you skateboard, which foot did you keep on the board?
left.
No, that sounds like right foot dominant, because when I used to ride skateboards and
can't
scooters,
I can use a left, like I chop wood both hands. Like I'm ambidextrous when it comes to chopping wood.
yeah, same with I used to like to swing a baseball bat right-handed, a golf club. I never found a way to hold a golf club that didn't feel wrong. But a hockey stick, I'd always do that left-handed. Unicycle, I always start with my right foot down, but when I would play on a skateboard or scooter, I would always pump with my left foot and balance on my right foot. This like makes me so happy. Like, I'm gonna have a unicycle buddy. I haven't had a unicycle buddy like ever. You can feel it. You wanna get that pedal down. Yeah, it's a heck of a workout, isn't it?
Oh, I already knew it was. Holy fudge.
Oh, ladies, here comes the gun show.
Pretty soon this belly's gonna be less of a belly. Go from a keg to like a 12 pack.
Turn them 45s into 38s.
No. That's downgrading.
Yeah, that was the joke, because they're on your belly would get smaller.
I get it, but I don't like it.
No, I know you don't like
I
it.
don't like it. Not one bit. Nasty. Here we go.
There it is. There it is. I'm going to say that counts. In 37 minutes, and I'm going to say that was like 36 seconds, you were riding a unicycle. There it is, folks. All it takes is a little bit of persistence. And the worms are dead. That's fine. That bucket's empty. Starting to feel it, aren't you? It's way, isn't it? Isn't it almost surprising how much more of the body it is than the legs?
Well, right now it's my legs, but I gotta use my body more.
Yeah, probably.
And the seat's crushing my in my inner legs.
Oh yeah, that'll happen. That'll absolutely. That's I don't think there's a way to not try to grab it with your thighs until you just realize
It'd
you
be nice
don't.
if they put a little more padding on the side, like just underneath the seat. You know what I mean?
Well, ideally, when that new seat comes in, we'll see if. Oh well, I guess if I'm buying the new unicycle and the new seat, then I'll probably put the good seat on the new unicycle, but I'll put the seat that comes with the unicycle on that one, and it's still going to be better than that because it'll at least be new with fresh cushion in it, because that thing's... I don't even know how old that seat is now. It's not the original seat. The original seat is long gone because the cushion on the original seat is just... I was going to reupholster it, like do all that stuff. I peeled the leather back, or whatever the cloth was. Literally, the foam had turned to dust. Gonna have to make a montage. You just put it to, and you're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna keep you down.
I'm fucking tired.
Oh yeah. That's why I always kind of laugh with like, so like one day me and Eddie were up at one of the walking parks. I think it was in Reading or North Reading, and they had like that like stop and go like adult gym thing with like a pull up bar or climbing rope and all that. And I was, I was busting his chops, and I'm like, I bet I can climb the rope faster than you. And he was like, "There's no way you can climb," because I'm a thin, frail-looking dude. But I ride that thing. At the time, I was doing easily 10, 15 miles a day on the unicycle. So we climb up the rope, and he was just like dumbfounded because I was able to not just like climb it with like hooking my feet and doing that whole like inchworm thing you do. After I did it the first time and went like a good bit quicker than him, I got cocky, and I'm like, I can do that without using my feet. And he was just like, how are you in such good shape? And it's like, it's literally just from the unicycle. Like, you would not believe how much that adds to your core when you do it for distances. I don't know why, but in my mind, I'm like, he's got it. He's going down the stairs and into the street. But then I'm like, he's not gonna try to get down the stairs. I don't even do that anymore. Like could I? I probably could. You got to test the stairs out a lot because you got to make sure like they're wide enough.
Shut up. Can't handle your tone.
Dude, I'm pumped. I don't even think I was that far when I started practicing on it. But I also learned out of a book. There was not really any videos on YouTube about how to learn to unicycle. Now there is. I mean, there's you learning in real time.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I bet you are.
So.
Body's gonna hurt in places you didn't know you had muscles tomorrow.
Yeah. Lost another 5 pounds.
Yeah.
It's alright, I'll be to my goal real quick if I keep this up.
You honestly, you will. Like that. I think that's why I can't put on any weight because I think that is such a good workout when you ride it.
Well, it's not even that it's like cardio by itself. It's core, like straight core and
Yeah.
everything else.
If you you know what I've thought of doing, and I might start doing it, getting wrist weights, and just trying to keep my arms extended while I'm going, because like
wrist weights, dude, just keep your arms extended and pump them.
I look like a nerd doing that.
So what? You're gonna look like a nerd with wrist weights.
I mean, I probably look like a nerd.
I
on
watched
the
a cop
unicycle.
do that while directing traffic, and I was like, buddy, Jesus. You look like a weirdo.
Yeah, at the pond I used to juggle while I was riding, but that's like I don't like doing that in the street because
When you drop them or something like that.
not even that. I feel like juggling on the unicycle when I'm riding in the street is such a distraction to people that are driving.
Oh yeah.
That they are so much more likely to veer into me. 'Cause people don't know what to do when like I'm just good. Like I can go real slow and not get hit by cars, but cars don't know how to they don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh. Went too far back. Get forward. Forward, fatty.
No, we'll have no body shaming here, you
I
fat
body shame
bastard.
myself all the time.
It's fine. Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer both got in really good shape when they kept calling each other fat.
Well, look at David Goggins, dude. He's a savage.
Oh yeah.
That guy's like, what? You're not riding it yet? Like, we ain't leaving until you are.
Uh,
Like, yep.
so it's the mentality I'm going for with this unicycle.
Well,
It's all fun and games, but it's fun and games that's gonna get you down to weight.
That's the thing. Like, I've really been on myself because I don't do anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, I can work outside, I can chop wood, I can do stuff. Like, I'm rugged still, but. Ooh.
That's the thing. I gotta start doing more of that. I gotta, like, I should have spent today chopping wood instead of doing nothing and sitting down. Cause like,
Yeah, I have no more in me.
I've put enough. I mean, you've been going for a little over 45 minutes. Cause I didn't start the. You were already balancing on it in front of the door before I started the camera. But all right.
My nose starts leaking when I get all sweaty like that. I can't.
I get into real meditative breathing, especially when I got music on when I'm riding that, because I'll start breathing in time with my foot going down, almost like
Well, it's
marching.
like swimming.
Yeah, get into that rhythm.
Yeah. Breathe on every other stroke.
Yeah.
I don't think I had enough liquid in me to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you're sweating a lot. I mean, it definitely, you got all sorts of muscles that like working that you don't normally work, because why would you be using unicycle muscles when you're just walking around?
Yep.
There's so much more in the arms than you realize. Like, especially once you start like riding, like
Well,
the-
yeah, because you balance more.
those
with your
little like tiny movements add up.
See, I wish I was a little bit closer to a wall instead of up here, so I could work more on the side to side.
I mean, you still got the drop. That is key. Like, you don't even try to grab it. You just like completely save yourself, which is it absolutely is a key to learning, because if you try to save that thing as you're falling, you're gonna go with it.
And I don't think the pedals are wide enough for me. They feel short.
I wonder if they make extra wide pedals. I'm sure they do. They customize everything these days. Well, that too, where you're just starting, you got that like in the middle of your foot. I ride almost on like,
Balls.
yeah, kind of right between the balls of my feet and my toes.
Well, I switch in between them depending on how I get on it too.
Yep. Well, you'll find too, once you start riding, you start moving your foot position a lot, because it's just like if I'm going up a hill, I want my feet in a different spot than if I'm going down a hill versus if I'm riding flat. Even body position too. I lean. If I'm going up a hill really slow, I sit up pretty straight, but if I'm going up it quick, I lean into it. And that's how we ended up with no banister on that part of the rail, or no.
It's already jacked up. It's okay. Whoa! Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. So hard to try. Yeah. Oh, oh! I had it.
Oh.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh.
Oh, get so excited watching.
That one felt good. I felt good on that one.
Yeah,
That one I
yeah.
felt good.
But
I was hugging the bar is what it was too, and I was kind of like
it's hard not to
But-
at first because it just
it gave me that like more. I don't know. Sit. Like there's one spot I sit where this is a little back, like right there,
yeah.
and it gives me that like I can hold it.
Well, that's the thing. I just assumed you were right foot dominant, but I mean, the pedals at halfway might be where you get your balance better. You might be your left foot down. Like, I'm just going off of what I do, but
Well, it's right where it cracks. So right when it goes up and over and starts to go forward, that's where I balance.
yeah,
Because I can push this one back further, and I can more.
yeah. You start to notice what I mean about moving is easier than staying perfectly still because you start to like you rock on it. Like that right there. It feels. It's hard at first because it's so much. I know. I know when I get on a bike after I haven't ridden one because I cannot get on a bicycle and immediately ride it because what my brain tries to do is it tries to treat it like the unicycle where I have control forward and back. Like I've gotten on people's fixed gear bikes and I'm riding that no sweat because I can slow myself down by pedaling backwards because there's no freewheeling involved. But like I think that's a muscle you got to build up in your ankles is because you on a bike never get any resistance when you pedal backwards, and on that you get the exact resistance forwards and backs. That's why I think going down hills is harder than up hills because if you go down a steep enough hill, the unicycle will roll faster than you can slow it down, and it'll kick out from underneath you.
I gotta realize what's hard is it has a lot of. You have to fucking pop it,
Yeah.
and I'm not used to that. So I get there and it kind of stalls out on me. I gotta pop it.
Yeah, like you find when you put the your balancing foot down, it's hard to keep that other foot on the pedal because it's such a weird sensation
a
to push
pendulum.
backwards. Yep. But it's
That's
almost
not
like
the hard part. It's just
it's almost like a double pendulum though, because
Yeah.
you got your body balancing as well as the pedals being able to balance. So you got to get the body rocking back and forth in tune with the leg rocking the wheel back and forth.
should have skipped that food. Now I feel gross. Shouldn't have ate as much as I did, I should say.
That's fine. You're unicycling it off, man. Once you got that thing down, you'll be able to eat whatever you want and just ride a few miles and it'll be gone. You get there.
Ow. Ooh. Oh, my plant.
Oh, you killed the plant?
I went for a swim.
Oh.
Now I gotta go on a recovery mission. Into the jungle. I mean, it gave it a soft landing.
See, that's again why it's key to learn how to fall.
Oh, my legs hurt. Luckily tomorrow Sunday I ain't gotta do nothing.
Oh, you gotta do stuff. I'm gonna wake you up when I get home from work, and we're gonna get right back to this.
I gotta go put in an AC over there.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Yeah.
You are though right now. You're pouring sweat. You gotta be your heart rate's probably up too. All the
Yeah,
good.
that cigarette ain't helping either, you asshole.
You ain't smoking it, just I am.
No, I'm smoking it because the wind's blowing right in my face.
It's all right. It'll help you. It'll make your lungs stronger.
Fuck. The pot throws me so off balance.
The what? Oh, the pop. The pop. I thought you said the pot. I'm like, ooh. Now the unicycle's made to fall, but that hedge trimmer might not like that so much.
Barely touched it.
I mean, if you ain't worried, I ain't worried.
Well, that propane tank's been empty for a long time, so.
If the propane tank blows up on the live stream, you know how many views we're gonna get?
I mean, we might not notice them.
I'd actually be kind of bummed out because then you would die riding the unicycle and I'd die sitting here.
Yep.
I want to die on the unicycle.
Died on your phone, not even watching the cool shit.
No, I'm
Well, I mean, technically, I wouldn't be on the unicycle. I would have just died unicycling.
yeah.
Well,
Actually, yeah, because the
watch.
unicycle will be what hits the the propane tank, which causes the spark when it pops into the wood holder, and then all the chain reaction of all the things.
And the gasoline goes and the chainsaw gas.
Yep, the basketballs just start popping, blowing sawdust all over the place.
Has it been an hour yet?
It's been an hour and 3 minutes.
Alright, that's good enough for me.
I mean, that's solid. That's a good workout. It's more than most people do in a day.
Yep. And I was already doing other stuff today.
Oh, yeah.
Bonus. Plus, I was doing it before you recorded.
Yeah, you have at least 15 minutes all day before I got the camera going.
I'm soaked. My arms are everything hurts.
Everything's gonna hurt more tomorrow.
See how wet that is. That's a wet belly.
That's the sound of working out.
That's the sound of losing water and weight.
Yep.
Even if it is just water weight.
But you know what? You got figured too. All the muscles that you got worked out today. Cause you got bits in your legs that probably don't normally get worked. You definitely got bits in your guts that normally don't get worked. And
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like being sweaty.
No.
That's why I don't work out.
No one
I feel
likes
like
it.
I jumped in a pool. I can put handprints on things because I'm wet. That was a gallon of water earlier, and now it's not.
Nope, now that's probably a half gallon of sweat. Gotta pump you full of electrolytes. That's what plants crave.
Look, a cardinal building a nest in my dogwood. That's the male too. No, the female, because she's the dark brown, not dark brown, but brown.
I don't see a cardinal.
Yeah, because you waited too long, you hippie.
Because the railing was in the way when I tried to look.
Right, this limb that comes towards us.
Yeah.
Right behind that. There she goes. She just flew out.
Did she just fly that way?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I saw her out of the corner of my eye.
Like I said, she's brown. The males are the red ones.
Well, see, you learned a fact about cardinals as well as watching Josh learn to unicycle today.
And Blue Jays are dicks.
Blue Jays are mean. But, alright, thanks for watching. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check back real soon, because he's going to learn to ride that unicycle. Because I'm going to buy a new one, and he's going to ride my old one. And then we're going to go for unicycle rides. And we're going to be so cool. Going to be so cool. Everyone's going to be like, look at those cool dudes on unicycles. Not look at those two nerds on unicycles.
Well, they're never going to call me a nerd.
No.
To my face.
No, probably not.
Especially if I'm riding with no shirt and they see guns and a 45.
They're probably going to be like, excuse me, sir. Are you from the circus? Did you shave a bear?
Did you wrestle a bear? Yes.
Oh, baby. You know what?
In Mother Russia, we all wrestle bears.
We gotta make a new unicycle. We gotta make a new YouTube channel just for you called Bear on a Unicycle.
No, I don't like that.
No, because you know what? Then you're gonna get.
I'm gonna get all the people who are like, "Ooh, you're a bear." And
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
gotta
no, I'm not a bear. They just
You're gonna attract the wrong kind of folks
That's
for a
the
single
wrong kind
dude.
of crowd. Great people to hang out with, but not my type of people that I want to hang out with like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. All right, we're gonna end this live stream because this is gonna deteriorate soon.
It's gonna get bad real quick.
All right, let's flip this around. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Come back real soon. We're just gonna learn to ride the unicycle more, and I'm gonna get a new unicycle. And we're gonna ride unicycles together. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so cool.